Okay, today we're doing an oil change on this Toyota Sienna minivan, people carrier. It's a V6, I don't know, 3 liter, 3.5 something, I don't even know. I don't quite recall. It's got 15,000 miles on it. I did the last oil change on this 14 months ago and it had 13,200 miles on it. So almost 2,000 miles since the last oil change. But we're doing it today because of the time, right? I mean, this stuff's been in there over a year. It's time to swap it out. So I did back it in here. I let it run for like 5 minutes, got it warmed up. I can't remember if I suck the oil out of these or if I pull the drain plug. I can't quite remember how I do this one. So what I'm going to do is grab my extractor and see if I can just suck it out. The oil filter on these, it has an aluminum housing. I think it's a paper filter, right? Not a screw-on one. The housing has, I just looked at it again because I couldn't remember. You need a special tool to remove that housing. And it can kind of trick you because if you look up in there, there's a hole for a 3/8 ratchet. That doesn't actually unscrew the filter housing. That only unscrews the end of the housing so that you can drain the oil out and depressurize it. So if you just looked at it, you'd think, oh, I can do it with a 3/8 ratchet. Well, you can't. Well, you might be able to, but you really shouldn't. You need, let me find it. This one's Toyota. So you need this. Whoa. So it's got the two or three holes on each side. I think only 2 of them get used or something. I can't quite remember. I've got so many of those things. It's hard to remember which one's which. But you need that tool to screw out the oil filter housing so that you can replace it. And they're a paper filter. I use Mobil 1 and everything, so Mobil 1 filter, Mobil 1 oil. I'll show you guys that. I just grabbed 5 quarts. Yeah, I keep this stuff in stock, so if I've got boxes of it. So if I need any more, I can just go grab it. Here's the filter, M1C251. It's a Mobil 1. I call this thing the Rover or the paddy wagon. So that's just how I remember like what oil filters what. I get so many oil filters too. Yeah, I got to write on them. Otherwise, it saves me having to look it up later, right? So yeah, this is going to be a quick oil change on a Toyota Sienna. Let's get it done. All right, let's get the oil in. The oil that's in there smells really good. I mean, it probably doesn't need changed, but we're going to change it just for peace of mind. Here's our oil. Hopefully you guys can see that. It's just gonna suck the oil out of there. It's probably gonna take, I don't know, 5 minutes, maybe. You're pretty much done there. I'll show you one more trick that I do. Flex the hose. So yeah, not sure if this has markings on it. I think it does somewhere. So there's 6 liters right there, and there's 5 liters, right? So we're at about 5 and almost 5.5 liters of oil, and really a few minutes. Yeah, the best thing about that is, I mean, you don't even have to, get under the car, right? Now in this car you do need to get under to do the oil filter, but like my GTI, the oil filter sits on top of the motor. So all I do with that is I pop the hood, suck the oil out of it, unscrew the filter, clean up, clean up the oil from that little filter housing where it catches it, and then screw a new filter on there and fill it back up oil. I mean, you have to lift it. Nothing. You pop the hood, you do an oil change, and you can do it in about 10 minutes. Really doesn't take much. So what I'm going to do is grab my little tiny tripod and try and get you guys underneath so you can see the oil filter housing. Okay, so I just kind of stuck you guys underneath the car here. So what you're looking at, here's your oil filter housing, here's your sump, your drain bolts back there, which we have not touched and we're not going to touch. And this is what I was talking about with the 3/8, right? If you look at this, it looks like you can unscrew it with a 3/8 ratchet, but you can't. The 3/8 is for relieving the pressure. So what you can do is come in here and just remove that. Okay, so what you want to do, actually one of these comes in the oil filter. Now if you don't do this and you try to unscrew this, the whole housing first, it's going to be under a lot of pressure. You're going to have oil everywhere. So what you want to do is just get that kind of lined up and keep your hands away. Kind of screw it. There you go. And it just lets it kind of relieve its pressure. Let it pee out for a minute. So hopefully that makes sense to you. That's good enough. Good enough for the girls I roll with. Oh, and our little O-ring fell out, so yay. Make sure you replace that, I mean, you'll know. You'll have parts left over if you didn't. So you can put this on, leave it off, whatever floats your boat. And that's the tool you need. Make sure that fits. There we go. We'll try and do this without making a huge mess. It's always the goal. Ugh. Oh, it got me. Bastard. So yeah, you can imagine the mess, like if you didn't relieve the pressure, right? My God. I am going to clean this out with brake cleaner, like I always do. Might be a little excessive. It's nice and clean. And then what I'll do, I always protect your floor, leave this underneath, right? That way any little drips will just hit it. Okay, so this is what you're left with. Bit of an oily mess, no big deal. Here's our new filter. We are going to clean our filter housing. Change all our gaskets. Here's the gaskets that come with your filter. This is the one that goes for that initial drain piece, and then your main one. Okay. So you want to clean this, right? I mean, you don't want to be going back near your car with this. Just clean it out with some brake cleaner, ain't no big deal. Should clean up nice. There we go. Lovely. I think, do these have, oh, it has the torque settings on it, 25 Newton meters plus minus 5 Newton meters. So you can go from 20 to 30 Newton meters, somewhere in there. if you want to torque it. I might torque it since it's the YouTube and people will be torque Nazis. Okay. Alright, so take your little guy, your new one, set him right in there. You don't really need to oil out. I mean, it's not like that's, I mean, that's all you really need to do there. So it's your big one you need to put a little oil on. Just grab a little pick, just go under it, pop them up like this. So there you go, done. And your new one, just grab a little oil. This oil's fine. I mean, used oil, I guess. Used oil is fine. And we're just gonna set that guy back on. Just put him in his groove. Get your groove on. You want to make sure it's in the right groove, right? Don't try and screw this in if that O-ring's in the wrong spot or anything like that. You'll be in a world of hurt. And then grab yourself your new filter. Doesn't really matter which way these go. They both have the same ring on them. They sit the same distance out. They're both Pride and whatnot. So, yeah, whatever floats your boat, doesn't matter. Slap it in there. And it's on a little spring too. You'll hear it. That's how you know it's home. And you know when that goes into the car, it's under spring pressure to help seal it, right? So, that's how that works. We'll clean this stuff up a little later. You can, if you wish, you can fill this up with oil to about here, you know, on the inside. It's not super necessary. I mean, it's probably a good habit to do that. It really doesn't matter as much as people think it does, but you know, whatever you're comfortable with. Okay, we're back. We have our new filter, new rings, new O-rings. Everything's ready to go. Everything's clean. We're gonna line it up, screw it in. Torque specs are 25 Newton meters, or just tight. I mean, I only torque it because it's the YouTube. I mean, if you've done enough of these, you'll know what you need to do. But I've got this set to 25 Newton meters. So you people don't complain. Yeah. Can you see? Where's the? Oh my God! That's the torque wrench. Jesus Christ! Here, let me do that again so you can see. 24.4 Newton meters. I know it's upside down. Give me a break. There. That's torqued. There's the torque wrench. We got 26.7. And yeah, we were set to 25, right? No big whoop. The other thing I will do when I'm here, I'm also going to tighten up our little drain cap. Oh my God, I can't get that out. Here, we'll do it this way. Now if you can see that was loose, I'm going to give that the beans to 35 Newton meters. So there you go, all done. Filter's in, oil is changed. Fill it up with oil, you're done. Okay, grab your oil. I don't know how much oil this takes. I didn't look it up. Doesn't matter, just fill it up. It's probably at least 5 quarts, right? Well, what we get out of it, almost, what, 5.5 liters? So, let's stuff 5 quarts in it and see how we do. Yeah, it's going to need a 6th. It's probably 6 quarts. Make sure these are all the right weight. So we never pulled the drain plug on this car, right? That's kind of the benefit of using that mini vac suction tool. Yeah, it works great. Takes a few minutes. Empties it. And yeah, slap the new filter in it. Boom. Thirsty. So there's a full 5 quarts in it. You know, we took 5.5 liters out of it. A quart is almost a liter. It's 900 and something milliliters. I can't quite remember. 940 or something. Doesn't say. Oh, 946. It says right in the label. So yeah, we're gonna have to put probably another, yeah, half a quart in here. But that's plenty to start it, prime the filter, and yeah, do all that stuff. We're not gonna do any damage or anything. Just to show you guys that, right? We'll let me zoom you back. Whoa, there you go. So just to show you what I'm talking about, this will most likely be probably at the full mark, would be my guess. But once we start it, it's gonna prime the lines, prime the block, and all that stuff. It's gonna end up down closer to the lower mark. And it is, hopefully we can see here. Whoa, where's the, there you go. So it is right here. It's a blonde one under the full mark. So that's perfect. We're going to start it up. Like I said, prime everything. It's only going to take about 10 seconds. And then we're going to recheck it, and it'll likely be, you know, way too low. And we'll put about another half quart in, give or take. Easy peasy. So you want to give that a minute just to settle, let the oil settle back down to where it needs to, and then we'll check it. If you check it too soon, you know, it's going to look like it needs more oil than it needs, and then you potentially could overfill it. So you want, just give it a minute. Okay, so this thing's set for probably about a minute, minute and a half, something like that. We're going to give it a little check. I'll show you guys what I meant about priming here. So now we are, whoop, there you are. So we're exactly at the low mark, if you can see it right there. So we need to get about a little over half a quart back in here. Totally normal, totally expected. Don't panic. Whoa, drop the cap. Ruh-roh. There you go. That's it. Full. Full. No big whoop. We gotta go find our cap. It wouldn't be one of my videos if I wasn't dropping shit. My God. Anybody watch that BMW video knows what I'm talking about. I can't even see it, for fuck's sake. Let's see if we can find our cap. Okay, I find it. Can't reach it, but I find it. So when you drop your plastic cap, get yourself one of these. This is a like a little pickup tool, and on the end it has these jaws. We're gonna use that to go get it. or we're going to knock it onto the floor. One of two things will happen. Now we got it. That's how that works. So, yeah. Whoa. When you drop your cap, grab this and you retrieve it. Jesus. Always dropping stuff, man. Always. Alright, we'll give this one last check since some time has passed while we retrieved our cap. We should be spot on. Oh, it's beautiful. Whoa. Put my fingernail on it so it's right. You guys can see it, right? You don't need my finger there. It's right underneath the full mark, which is perfect. Done. Super easy oil change. Using that midi vac tool, it makes your life so much easier. We've got a tiny little bit of oil left over, not much, looks like 4 ounces. We're gonna slap it in there, why not? Why not? It's not gonna hurt anything. It's not even gonna put us over the full mark either, so. That way we can get rid of this container. Yeah, sure, that was enough. So slap a whole 6 quarts in there. Okay, so one final check for you guys so you can see where we are here. Let's see what we get. We should be dead nuts here, I would hope. And we are spot on. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. Hopefully you can see, so it's right. Let me look at it. It's a blonde one onto the full mark, which is perfect. You know, there's obviously still oil in the head and whatnot. Probably needs to drip down. It'll make it perfect. But yeah, dead nuts. So yeah, pretty super simple way of doing an oil change on any car. It doesn't have to be a Sienna. These are super easy. You don't even have to pull any skid pans off or anything. You just reach under there, 3/8 ratchet, you know, drain out the filter, pull the filter off. You're good to go. If you don't use the midi vac tool like I did in this video, I think it's a 14 mil nut that's at the back of the sump. You just undo the nut, put a pan under there, catch all the oil. You know, it's that simple. I would recommend you get a new washer, crush washer. It's not that I don't have crush washers for this car. I do. I have a drawer full of them. But I just don't. I mean, if it's just easier to suck the oil out and fill it back up. And I've done some tests, right? So I did it with this car. The first time I sucked the oil out of this after we'd gotten it new, I think after like 500 miles or 1,000 miles, I did an oil change on it. I sucked all the oil out of it, just like you saw me do in this video. And then I got under there and pulled the bolt out of the drain pan. And I got a drip. I mean, there was nothing. And I thought to myself, wow, what the hell did I take this out for? I mean, it's just so stupid. So I put a new crush washer in there, and Toyotas are a little different. They got these, yeah, if you look it up, you'll see why they're different. And that's the same one that's been on there ever since. I've never pulled the drain plug out of this car again. I just fill it out, or I just suck the oil out, you know, change the filter, put your oil in it, move on with life. Without recording, I can do this in about 10 minutes, maybe 15, because you got to wait for the oil to come out, right? So it takes about 4 or 5 minutes to suck all the oil out completely. And the filter's a few minutes, replace it, put the new one in, fill it with oil, off you go. It's about a 10 to 15 minute job, not recording it. Recording it took me probably about 45 minutes. So it kind of gives you an idea of how much, like, you know, taking the camera off this tripod, putting it on a little tripod, and all the stuff you got to do to try and make it look decent for the YouTube. I don't know. Hopefully this helps somebody if you're doing an oil change in a Toyota for the first time, or you know, you want to not go to a Jiffy Lube and get crap oil and a crap filter. You know, spend the money on good oil and good filter. Just do it yourself. Your car will your car will thank you for it in the long run if you're keeping it. So